Welcome to the exchange place.
We take hog's fat, about 4 pounds of hog's fat. Of course, that's your lard like you get when you fry bacon or sausage. Then we put lye in it. Now, back a long time ago, they were making lye by running water through wood ash. And so they'd run the water and run it through until when they stuck a feather in the bucket below, when they pulled it out, if the hair on it curled or if it ate the hair off, then you knew it was strong enough. If it wasn't strong enough, you might have to take your ashes out and put new ashes in there, run the water back through it again. But once they got that water strong enough, then they could cook the lye water with the hog fat, and a special chemical process will take place that we know today is called saponification. But that just means those ingredients bind together and stay together and make our soap. So you have to have a type of lye and a type of fat to make your soap. So we started out, and the water, we had about 6 gallons of water in here. As it boils down and evaporates, it'll go through different stages. We'll lift the paddle up, and right now it's probably still running off. Well, it's trying to start to stream, like when you're making candy. As it thickens up and more evaporation takes place, it'll come off, and it'll be about as big around as your finger, and that's called roping. Well, once then it goes through that stage, it'll thicken up even more, and it'll sheet your whole paddle, and it'll come off in sheets, and that's called sheeting. Now, we like to let it cook down, then add some water to it and cook it down a second time. That way the saponification, it takes place more in the soap and makes a gentler soap, we feel like. So we'll spend most of the day cooking this soap down today. Now, once we've cooked it down and it's gotten thick enough, we have some wooden frames over here, big wooden boxes. We'll wet the cloth similar to the way that they used to, and we'll pull them over here and dip the soap over into it. Well, by in the morning, it will be thick enough that I'll take it out and it'll be like a big block of soap then. Well, saponification is still taking place in the soap, so I'll cut it into bars and let it sit for about 10 days, and that will complete the saponification, and then it'll be very gentle for you to use on your skin. It's starting to smell a little bit soapy now, I think, and I like that clean smell. Now, we like to add some natural things to our soap, so we'll add natural things like lavender, peppermint, but we won't do that until the soap cooks, because if we were to add those things in the soap right now, the oils in it's real fragile and it would just cook out and you wouldn't get the benefits from it. So after we've poured it into the molds, then we'll add anything like that we want to add to it.
I'm Gabe Hinckley from Good Fork Farm. We're here at Exchange Place today in front of their historic brick oven, showing how folks used to make bread. You have to start the fire inside and heat up all the brick and get it hot, clean the fire out, wipe all the ashes out, and then there's a door. Ours is made of wood. It's sitting in the creek over there so it won't catch fire. Once the heat kind of equalizes, you load the dough into it, and hopefully 40 minutes later or so you have some bread. This is the bread that we bake at our farm. We do a variety of sourdough and some yeasted breads as well, and the sandwich bread with all stone ground organic flours, wheat and rye. We sell at the local farmers markets, Kingsport and Jonesboro, and we love coming out to the Exchange Place for the Spring Garden Fair.
Well, we're in the Exchange Place kitchen, and today, actually, here's our menu. We are brewing homemade ginger beer, which we have on the hearth right now. Lemon and ginger and sugar, and it actually ferments eventually and makes an alcoholic beverage. And we're stuffing our own sausage. We have ground sausage and natural casings, and this is an antique pork sausage stuffer. And we're going to actually stuff our own sausages and fry those up with some apples. And then anytime you have spring cooking, you have to have asparagus. So we're going to be doing some asparagus too. And finally, we've got some bread. I don't know if you can get to that. We've got some bread rising here that we've made with yeast from, or it's called ale yeast. So it's actually from the barm, or the yeast from the beer brewing process from a historic brewery up north. So that's our menu for today. And really we're trying to just show what they would have eaten in the 18th and 19th centuries, and try to focus a little bit on the spring greens and spring vegetables that would have been available to them. And the apples too are a little, we're pretending like these have been stored all winter, and they're kind of wrinkly, and we're making the best use of those. So.
Well, my name is Ben Hubert. I'm part of the Renaissance Carvers from the Kingsport Senior Center. And what I'm doing here is just a relief carving of a whimsical house that I see. And there's about a month of work here on this so far with the small bricks. The really hard part was getting behind the chimney here. That was hard because you had to kind of, it's one stick at a time, and it's flat, take it out fiber by fiber. But it's a lot of fun, it beats looking at TV all day long, and it gets me out of the house outside. It's something to do.
Got a 12-pound parrot rifle, which is artillery piece, field artillery piece. We also have a vast collection of rifles, pistols, sabers, rounds that shot in the parrot rifle, caps, shoot on the rifles, ammo load, just different stuff that reenactors use. They used in the Civil War. We've collected over the years, and just got them out for display.
Hi, I'm Anna Littleton at the Exchange Place in Kingsport. I have a variety of perennials, shade plants, hostas, ferns, digitalis, delphiniums, salvias for sun. I have some annuals, some veggies at home but not here. I have some wallflowers, jack-in-the-pulpits, just a whole bunch of stuff. And I have peonies and blueberries. I think that's all. I've had iris, but I'm about sold out of those, and it's been a great day, and a lot of people have come through here. We have been so busy, and I've enjoyed every bit of it.
There's one of my cards. I sculpture, garden ornaments, and also play Native American flute music.
Well, the sheep were shorn and their fleece is dirty, so it would be washed, but it's still all kind of, in a jumble. So we would card it, straighten the fibers, and spin it into yarn. And then from the spinner, the yarn would be given to a knitter to knit, or in this case to a weaver, and she would warp her loom with it and weave fabric.
I've got the, Anne has the wool over here after it was washed from the sheep, and then Anne and I are spinning it into yarn, and Ellen is weaving it. The wheel twists it, and my job really is to just kind of thin it out until it's about right and let the twist go on. And so, if there was nowhere to go and buy things, you had to make them yourselves.
I'm weaving a shawl. It's all wool. Everything that's on, every color that's on here is a natural color. So there's some chocolate brown, there's gray, there's white, and there's also some tan. And it's all mixed. To get the yarn on is the hardest part. Once that's done, then you can weave. And every time I'm weaving, I've got my boat shuttle. I'm pressing a treadle to raise the shafts up, and then you can see here is where you are placing each one of the threads. It's called a heddle, and that's where so you've got to position your yarn on the loom. But once I've got that part done, I can raise my treadle. I've got an opening now, and I just shove that through. I've got a beater bar, and that beats. And then this takes fun and time to do the rest of it.
My name's John Plutchak. I work with my 4 sisters. We have 4 sisters and a brother, catchy name. These are drop spindles they're used for spinning. I make these, turn these, different exotic woods. That's how they spun before they had spinning wheels. All this stuff here I either spun and or dyed. Some of it, this was spun on a drop spindle, this was spun on a spinning wheel. This was dyed with henna. This is elkanet root. This is indigo. This was cherry Kool-Aid. This is annatto seeds, which they also use to color butter and cheese. This is daisy fleabane. This is natural llama. This is onion skins here on soy silk. This is madder root on wool. This was spun on a drop spindle. This is goldenrod with an iron mordant, which is what gave us the green. If you come over here, this is elkanet root, which I dyed this morning. I figured out how to get purple, not gray, so I'm all excited about that. And if you come over here to the fire, this is black walnut shells. I'm trying to dye some fabric and some cotton yarn. And this is cochineal extract, which has been in the news a lot lately. And this gives you nice red. It comes from a bug. Eats the kochi cactus in the desert southwest. And they crush up all the females and make this extract. This is what it looks like on cotton. Nice bright red, and that's what the British used to use to dye the coats for the officers. For the enlisted men, they used madder root, which was much cheaper, and it's not native to here, but it was cultivated here back in the 1850s as a dye plant. They also use woad, which has got the same chemicals as indigo. That was cultivated here. It's not nearly as potent, so you need about 8 times as much woad to get the nice blues like we saw over in the yarn basket. And that's about it. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing some indigo, so if you get a chance, come out. You can watch the magic of indigo happen before your eyes.
Yeah, it's going to shake. Pull hard, shake. And put your finger on and feel it. And shave it some more. You're going shaving. He's getting a little bit more. He's on going. He's going. He's getting there. A little bit of time. Pearl getting curls.
This is Cook's Greenhouses from Greenville, Tennessee. I'm Sandy Grimes, and we sell heirloom tomatoes and herbs. That's what we specialize in. And this is the herb side of our trailer, and then the other side has all the tomatoes, and there's little signs on there so you can read about the heritage, where it came from. We've got tomatoes from all over the world. And we're located right off of Interstate 81 at exit 44, the Geraldstown Road exit. Yeah, always a lot of fun, and it's what's fun right now is seeing all the new people coming in that are just starting to garden. It's their first time, they don't know what to plant, and they want tomatoes to taste like what their grandparents used to grow, and this is the spot. And now I see there's more vendors now this year that do have more of the heirloom tomatoes, which is great, because that's what we need to get that garden back in everybody's yard, or a pot, because it's what you got to do these days.
Who's next?
I'm Larry Counts. I live over in Cleveland, Virginia, and I learned to make brooms at Berea College. I've been doing brooms for 40 years, and right now I'm working on a walking stick face, and I put this same face in some of the brooms. And all the brooms are made from natural broom corn, and handles are harvested in Appalachian Mountains. And we have porch brooms, patio brooms, kitchen brooms, fireplace brooms, and a lot of little brushes for the tabletops and the car, and some cake testers, cobweb sweepers, just about anything you need to clean up around the house. I've been coming up here, I don't know, between 10, 15 years, a long time, doing shows.
What do you think about it, the events?
Oh, I think it's great. Yeah, we always have a good crowd, especially when we have pretty weather, you know.
Coming back next year?
I will. Everybody enjoys coming and getting their plants and getting ready to start their garden, I guess, in the spring.
We are a licensed goat dairy in Scott County, Virginia. We're on Possum Creek. We've been raising goats for almost 20 years now, and we've been officially licensed since 2008 as a goat dairy. We produce a semi-hard cheese, a Colby type. We produce chèvres in all kinds of different flavors. We have a very good feta. And we do some mozzarella too, and some camembert on demand. We do those because they pass fairly quickly. They ripen too quick, so I have them on special order. We go to the Jonesboro Farmers Market, Norton Farmers Market. We're here. People can get our cheese at the farm. And the cornucopia in Kingsport has our product too, and they're using it. And some of the restaurants in the area are customers too, so if you get goat cheese in some of the local restaurants, you may just get ours. Our phone number is 276-386-2419.
Thanks for coming to the garden fair.